How's it going? It is my honor to bring to you, to recite with you, to study with you the Holy Dhammapada. The first step on the Eightfold Path is right vision. To fully attain right vision, you have to fully grasp the Dhamma. The Dhammapada is the comprehensive book of the Dhamma. There are 423 verses, all of which have to be recited, memorized, and the essence of each line of information, which is called a sutta, a line of information, of knowledge, has to be embodied. It can take years to study the Dhammapada. But if you want right view, let's study. I'll pull up the text. This is my translation. At great cost and sacrifice, I had 2 years to study the text and create my own translation. The text is beautifully written. It's poetically written. It's one of the most beautiful texts ever written. The first chapter of this book is absolutely phenomenal. Here we go. Verse 1. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Mind is the master of mental and emotional states. If one speaks or acts with an agitated mind, negativity, dukkha, will follow them like the wheel follows the footprints of the ox that pulls the cart. Two, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. Mind is the master of mental and emotional states. If one speaks or acts with a peaceful mind, positivity, sukha, will follow them like a shadow that never leaves. And that's why I'm studying the text. He insulted me, he hit me, he overpowered me, he took my belongings. Those who dwell on such thoughts cannot appease their hatred. He insulted me, he hit me, he overpowered me, he took my belongings. Those who do not dwell on such thoughts will free themselves from the cycle of hatred. I was extremely excited to start over with the first pada. It's a lot to commit to memory and essence. Verse 5. Hatred does not cease by hatred. Hatred ceases through love. This is a universal law. Verse 6. Some people do not realize that we all must die, but the wise who do relinquish their quarrels. Verse 7. One who focuses his mind on pleasant objects, who has no self-discipline, who is immoderate in his eating, indolent and unenergetic, Mara overcomes him just as stormy wind uproots a weak tree. Verse 8. One who focuses his mind on the present moment, is aware of both the positive and negative, has self-discipline, is moderate in his eating, and is full of faith and energy, Mara does not overcome him, just as wind does not shake a mountain of rock. Verse 9. One who has not cleansed himself from sin, moral defilements, who lacks temperance and truth, is not worthy of being a saint. Verse 10. One who has cleansed himself from sin, moral defilements, is an embodiment of virtue, filled with temperance and truth, is worthy of being a saint. Study of the holy text cleanses you from sin. It's an austerity practice. Svadhyaya, study of the holy text. If you're in a world filled with murderers and you don't murder, then in that world you're wrong, are you not? Verse 11. Those who mistake untruth for truth and truth for untruth never understand the ultimate truth because wrong views cause delusion and hinder clarity. Yep. Verse 12. Those who see truth as truth and untruth for untruth have the right view and are capable of understanding the ultimate nature of reality. I guess my choice to study the Dhamma and study the holy text tends to be rare. It's easy to give way to sensuality. 13. Just as rain leaks through a badly roofed house, craving and lust penetrate a mind not cultivated in tranquility and insight. Verse 14. Just as rain does not leak through a well-roofed house, craving and lust cannot penetrate a mind cultivated in tranquility and insight. I love this drawing. Here, the guy's in the house. He's got a bottle of alcohol. His wife's right there. He's stressed out. He's miserable. There's rain coming in the house. Here you have the monk. He's praying. The roof's well thatched. And here's the beautiful woman right outside, and he's not even giving it attention. Verse 15. He who does evil grieves in this life and in the continuation upon leaving the body. He is tormented when he sees the results of his deeds. Verse 16. He who does good rejoices in this life and in the continuation upon leaving the body. He is pleased when he sees the results of his deeds. Verse 17. He who does evil suffers in this life and in the continuation upon leaving the body. He suffers when he thinks the evil I have done. He suffers even more when he is reborn in the realms of hell. Verse 18. He who does good is joyful in this life and in the continuation upon leaving the body. He delights when he thinks the good I have done. He delights even more when he is reborn in the blissful heavenly realms. Verse 19. Those who study the sacred texts but do not act in accordance with them are like a cowherder who focuses on the cows of others. They do not receive the benefits of the holy life. Verse 20. Those who study the sacred texts and act in accordance with them, purifying themselves from lust, hatred, and delusion, will have true wisdom and an emancipated mind. No longer clinging to this world, they do receive the benefits of the holy life. The fact that there's 20 verses in the twin verses text just shows you how much work went into this text. It's just absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks for joining. Don't mistake passion for anger or hatred. Be well.